To kick with the foot or the shin is a question I often get asked, and today I'm going to answer it for you. Welcome to our Strike channel. My name is Rob Zab, and I'm a British kickboxing champion. And in today's video, I'm going to ask an often asked question, whether to kick with your foot or your shin. We're going to go through several kicks. Depending on what sport you do will determine what kick you should really throw. For example, karate and taekwondo, it's more foot-based kicks, okay? And then kickboxing, Muay Thai, it's more shin-based. However, today we're going to be talking about kickboxing specific. And in kickboxing, you can kick with your foot and you can kick with your shin, but you have to know when to throw it. If you throw a wrong kick for the wrong area, you can damage your foot, you can break your foot, and that's the one thing you do not want to do. When it comes to kicking, you can land your kicks with your foot, which are faster, more flashier kicks, but at the same time, there's a higher chance of risk, because you can say break your foot during a fight. And if you break your foot during a fight, you can lose the fight, okay? Even in sparring, you can damage your foot, and that's it. You're out training for a while. You can land your kicks with a shin, which are more damaging, okay? So let's get into some of the kicks you can throw in kickboxing, and we'll talk about whether you would throw them with the foot or the shin. There's two ways you can throw your roundhouse kick. One is with the shin and one is with the foot. Depends where we're going to target the roundhouse kick. So if I'm targeting, let's say, the leg and the body, I want to make sure that I land my roundhouse kick with my shin. Because there's a high chance if my opponent goes to defend and I kick their body or kick their elbow, okay, or their shin when they defend with my foot, I can break my foot. And once again, you do not want that, especially in a fight. You might be winning the fight and you accidentally kick with your foot and then they defend, you break your foot and then the fight gets stopped over. I've seen people winning fights with broken feet, okay, but you don't want to put yourself through that pain. So when you kick low or midsection with your roundhouse kick, the goal is always aim with your shin. Because if they do defend or you do accidentally kick too low, too high, okay, it will still hurt, but it won't cause as much damage. It won't hurt as much as if you land with your foot. When it comes to roundhouse kick, the only time I really throw my roundhouse kick with my foot is if I'm going to a headshot, okay? Because if I throw my roundhouse kick to a headshot, I know for a fact my opponent will never try to bring his shin up to defend his head here, okay? Because it's too high, too long, and it plus leaves everything exposed at the bottom. So when I go for a headshot, that's the only time I throw it with my foot, because it's a lot faster strike and you can still knock them out because the chin is quite fragile, okay? And once you kick the head or even the neck, you can still knock your opponent out. Roundhouse kick to the head is the only time I really would suggest you to kick with your foot. Another thing is, like, when you kick with your foot as well, it's easier just to flick it up, because trying to go from the floor all the way to the head with the shin is just going to take too long, okay? You're trying to put that force through, so it's going to take too long. Gives your opponent more time to react. So when we do throw it to the head, just a little fast little flick with your foot, and that's it, okay? So low and middle, we go with the shin. Head kick, get high, we go with the foot. Or you can go with the foot and the shin, okay? So you have the two options, but I personally prefer kicking the head with my foot. So front kick is actually the kick you're going to use your foot, because you can't really front kick with your shin because it just doesn't work, okay? There's no way you can do it. So front kick is the kick we're going to work on, and that's the kick you're going to use your foot, okay? Two ways you can kick with your front kick, your teep, whatever you want to call it, okay? So is your foot, okay? I'm going to land my front kick to try to create distance between me and my opponent. It's not really an offensive technique, okay? You can use it as offensive, but it's more like defensive, trying to create distance. So here, I'm just going to bring my shin up and I'm going to push the bag away, okay? In a fight situation, I'll be trying to get rid of my opponent. You can also use your push kick for an offensive manner, okay? But this time you're going to use the ball of the foot and you're trying to, like, strike it in, you're trying to stab it. But this time you're not going to go high on the chest or high on the body, you're going lower now. You're trying to go midsection, like sternum, okay? Like abdomen here, just where the belly button is. Because boom, you can kick it, damage it, you can win them. Here, boom, you stab in, and then what happens oftentimes is the opponent goes down, and that's when you finish with a flashy, lovely knee, okay? Another foot kick we can use is a side kick, okay? Just like with the teep, it's a kick we try to use oftentimes to create distance between us and our opponents. However, with a side kick, you can also finish the fight a lot quicker. So the same thing as before, when we used our push kick to push our opponent away, we can do the same thing. But this time, as I do my side kick, I'm going to bring my knee in and I'm going to push it out from the side, okay? So I can kick with bottom of my foot, okay? Go for a fast little stab and try and stay, win them, boom. Damage the body, damage the ribs, break the ribs, hit, boom. Or what I can do now is put a little bit more force and then drive through with my heel. This is a high chance of breaking their ribs, boom. Trying to like get that wind out of them, okay? We're trying to damage our opponent, okay? Whether it's being with the foot, which is like a little bit faster, sorry, ball of the foot, a little bit faster, or boom, bottom of the heel, okay? We're trying to drive through our opponent and damage them with a lot of force. So here's another fancy one, okay? So spinning back kick. So when you throw your spinning back kick, that's another one you're gonna throw with your foot. Because once again, if you think about it, if you're trying to spin and throw your spinning back kick, you can't kick with shin because your shin's facing the other way around. So when you throw this, okay, there's several ways you can throw it. And the way I like to throw it is, when you go to body, okay, you wanna like turn and you wanna push through it. Instead of just like trying to flick it straight, you wanna turn and push through your opponent. Just like with the sidekick, it's a very dangerous and powerful move, but because you also got that turn now, that little twist, like a little tornado, okay? It's got more driving force to be able to, like I said, push through your opponent, break your opponent's ribs. That's the first one. If I'm going for the body, I wanna make sure I turn, okay? I push my leg out, and I'm landing the bottom of my foot to their sternum, boom. However, if I'm throwing my spinning back kick to the head, what I like to do now is I like to throw my heel, because when I go to the head, I could try to spin it and push through it, but because the head is such a small target, I might miss it. Where if I just throw it and I turn fully through with it, here now, I've got a high chance of hitting it. And if my opponent steps back, I've not missed anything, okay? But if he stays in front, a high chance I'm going to be able to land that kick to their face. And once you land that kick to the head, there's no chance he's going to stand up from it. So once you throw it to the head, okay, you want to turn, okay, readjust our vision, make sure we're looking at our opponent from here to there, and then when I throw it to the head, I bring my foot up, okay, and I try to land with my heel to their head. And then here's another one, final one, okay, an axe kick. I don't really throw them myself in fights, but I do love to throw them in training, okay? But when you throw this, you have to have control. You also have to have flexibility, so make sure you don't try to just throw it in there, because like if you're not flexible enough, you can pull your groin, and then also if you have no control, you can hurt your training partner. And once again, it's all about learning, okay, improving ourselves and improving our training partners, so that way we can get better ourselves and they can get better. Because at the end of the day, okay, it's about progression. They get better, you're forced to get better. You'll get better, they're forced to get better. So it's a constant evolution, okay? So axe kick. When you throw an axe kick, you want to land it with your heel, okay? So what we're going to do now is, I'm just going to bring my leg up, and I'm going to just drop it down, okay, on my opponent's head, okay? So you can drop it down on our opponent's head, or even if you miss the head, but you get on their collarbone or the shoulder, okay? You break somebody's collarbone in a fight, that's it. Game over. It's painful. I've never experienced it, but I know a couple people that broke their collarbones. Anyway, so when you throw your axe kick, what you do is you just bring your leg as high as you can and you drop it on top of the head, and you do it, boom, with the bottom off your heel. Boom, boom. And you're trying to just cut it down. Okay, but once again, if you're doing it in training, make sure you control it. If you're doing it in a fight, well, let it loose. Okay, let it go anywhere you want, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you're doing a fight, your goal is to win that fight. So give it a try. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, press thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. Boom, boom.